A wonderful day. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so y'all, I gotta get some things off my chest. All right, so this whole shenanigans with Chrisean and Tamar and their recent event that they had, where they allegedly said that Chrisean hit um, the event planner that was planning the whole Tamar issue or Tamar event, right? Okay, so you got to look at everybody's video and read and see what happened, and then you know how they say it's he said and she said and what really happened, right? So just trying to be fair and look at it from all different angles. So first, we got Krishan just hit the Billboard right channel, okay, and I'm sorry, she just hit the Billboard. And so, being successful, okay, because she's popular. Might not be because she can, rap or whatever, but a lot of people like her, right? So she has the numbers. If you look at her live, it's 40,000, 50,000. She has the numbers, right? Okay, recent song with little Mambo, and he, is rising star as well. So I was looking at the live with her and her Miss Carlissa, right? She let grandma see the baby, right? I thought that was just so beautiful because I know they had some ongoing issues, which parents do. If you don't get along with the baby daddy, um, okay, other people want to see the child and be, have the child in their life. So they got that together. Progress, right? So in the midst of Krishan's live, she was saying that she had to go see Tamar. And I'm like, Tamar. So in my mind, I'm saying, what's the correlation, right? Tamar, different artists, different type of music, right? Different platform altogether. In my mind, I couldn't see Krishan going to something that Tamar had, right? So I'm looking. So then here we go. This big scenario where Krishan hit somebody. So you see somebody going live saying, look, I'm gonna take all of Krishan's coin because she hit the event planner. So we all know Krishan got uh anger problems, right? She said she going to therapy for it, so she a loose cannon, right? And you know how it is when people are successful. There are many people, hey, hey Dorothy, there are many people that are not happy for your success, right? There are many people that's trying to benefit from your success. Not saying all, but some, right? So Krishan, even though she's doing good, she's still in a vulnerable place. So I'm thinking to myself, she didn't think this out. Going with Tamar, they both love God, both, are artists. Okay, so she went to this event. So I'm looking at the live, and the guy said that she hit um James. I don't know what his name was, but the person that put on the event hit him, right? So they went on to say that Krishan wasn't where she was supposed to be, and therefore they couldn't get to her, so she did not perform like she was supposed to, right? Which made Krishan mad, so they had this altercation. And allegedly, right, she's the guy said that they were going back and forth, and Krishan said, I was where I was supposed to be. He said, no, you weren't. That's why you didn't perform. Because Krishan was like, okay, why didn't I perform? So there you see her in the video, on stage by the background singer, and the background singer is feeling some type of way, like, why are you here on stage? Krishan puts her arm around her, and everybody just treating her like she's not supposed to be there, or she don't deserve to be there. Mind you, these two different age groups, right? So you got Tamar's audience, her platform. Do you think people really are into it's a vibe all the time? No, they want to hear love and war. Chrisean, different age group, she twerking, right? I was like, this is a recipe for disaster. I just couldn't correlate the two merging together. Meanwhile, she got a Grammy winning artist, her sister Toni Braxton. So then you see a video of Chrisean twerking and Tony about to pass out, right? I was like, it's just too much going on. So the result is she hits the person, the event planner, James. I don't know his last name, but she hits him, breaks his tooth. A whole woman, okay? Don't know what he said to provoke her. Okay, we know what he said, but we don't know the manner that he says it. And we know that Chrisean is a person that is, when she's provoked, this is what she's going to do. In therapy, I don't know if anger management or what. So we all know we done seen her on the Bad Girls Club. Is what she's known for is fighting, right? So I'm like, first of all, number one, she shouldn't have been there. Okay, this is it's just she shouldn't have been there. It was a different crowd, you know. But I'm sure that this event, by this happening, more engagement or more uh publicity was given to it, because of the event, because it had Chrisean's name attached to it, right? So here you talk about clout, and a lot of people don't want to admit it, but this event, had not that have happened, it wouldn't have been getting the popularity, it wouldn't be getting the numbers, whether you like to admit it or not. Tamar and Chrisean is two different artists, right? So who's gonna benefit from this? As far as publicity and clout, right? So I'm just thinking she should have stayed home with her grandma and Junior, right? And shouldn't have even been at this event. But you see how, it was just seems like they didn't want her to be there, even though Tamar invited her. So if you are planning an event and Tamar is your artist and she invites somebody to be on her set, shouldn't you, as a person that's planning the event, at least be respectful? Even if it was a back and forth thing with him and Chrisean, take some accountability. Even if the artist didn't know that she was supposed to be there, it was your job as an event planner to make sure that she was where she was supposed to be, not argue back and forth with her. See, I found that to be a problem, because if you're in charge, okay, those of us who have jobs and who are entrepreneurs, it's, if it's successful, you can take the credit. But if it's not successful, who are people going to look to? You, as the event planner, not the artist. They're going to look to you. And it was a problem because Chrisean didn't perform like she was supposed to, because he said you weren't where you were supposed to be. That was just, that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So that was a problem for me, because now Chrisean is not in the normal environment where people really know her, and she should have just said no. So now she's in this where she could possibly be sued. Tamar is, she is taking some accountability, because she was like, I wish it was me, but no, it's your team. Your team was not being inviting to the guests that you asked to be there, right? And I find that to be a problem, because the guy was like, "Who are you? We didn't know if you even sung. We didn't know this or that." So it was some prior discussion about that, and it just goes to show you, people are not happy for your success. It's a message to us all. when you start progressing in life, don't expect everybody to be happy for you. Don't expect people to see what God see in you. You can be at a position that you ain't even qualified for, that you don't really know how you got here. Maybe God put you there. Happened to me. I've had some blessings that I wasn't qualified for, but God allowed me to be there, right? So that's all I'm saying. People not are not going to prefer you. They're not going to love you like you're, in Chrisean's case. People are not going to do that. So you got to pick and choose where you go to. You got to pick and choose the environment. And that's part of her team, part of her team's responsibility in being honest with her, right? You can't have everybody in your team that's always a yes person. You got to have some people that are truthful and says, well, maybe that's not a good look for you right now, right? So Chrisean didn't have that, right? Tamar wasn't checking the people on her team because they clearly wasn't feeling Chrisean, because in the video that I show where I said read the room, you can see the energy was off. They didn't want her to be there. They didn't think that she should. Who is this hood rat ghetto? I mean, look at the video of all her team just on live saying, what Chrisean did, but what's y'all accountability, right? Y'all are putting on the event. So take some accountability. So I'm not falling for the okey doke, right? They didn't want her to be there. They was treating her some type of way. And Chrisean was like, no, this is what you did, and it rose to an altercation. No, I'm not excusing her for hitting the person, but we know that she got a loose cannon, right? We know what we're dealing with, and people do too. All right, next. So we covered that. This KeKe Palmer situation, y'all. Come on now. Come on now. Here again, you got to mix and mingle with the right people. Now, it's a scripture in the Bible that says, do not be unequally yoked. It's so hard for women who are successful to find a match, because a lot of times, and if it's any men, don't y'all come for me, don't y'all drag me. A lot of times when you find somebody that's not on your wavelength, that's not as successful you are, it can be it can make the male feel some type of way, right? Because here's this rising, not rising, Kiki Palmer, we all know who she is, right? You have this mega star, and then you have this other person who we don't even know who you are, sir. We don't know you. We do not know you, okay? And so the Usher situation, then he goes live, which tells me he really don't know how to deal with a person as successful as she is. But because for you to go on live and say you a whole mom, you could have told her that in public, but you felt some type of way. So, fellas, if you have somebody that a mate who is not as successful you are, you're gonna have to make some adjustments, right? And you gotta be careful. If you have a successful woman, you gotta be able to handle her success, right? And here go her mother, right? Saying it was some abuse going on with KeKe, right? Let me tell you, and I'm just gonna come to Darius' defense because I don't, like I said, we don't know you like that, right? So I'm not gonna drag you, but I will say if you were with a successful uh woman, or any of you, they may make more than you. You gotta watch who you listen to, because it's always some haters that say, yeah, she telling you what to do. His brother was giving him advice, saying you making excuses for his brother being abusive to KeKe, right? Saying all these things, look at his tweets and all these things. Giving Darius getting the wrong advice for somebody who probably don't have anybody as successful as KeKe. They can't move the same. But you always got those people that are haters, right? That are jealous of your success or your recent come up because you got KeKe Palmer, right? So then you got somebody probably saying, in my mind, man, you better watch it. You don't have to do everything. Oh, you gonna do that? You gonna let her dance with Usher? You got all this Darius, not in a mind frame of mind your business. That's between me and my wife, or my girl, or my baby mom. No, you feeding into people who are not even at your level of success. And basically, that's what KeKe Palmer's mother said. So, in my mind, when your mama get involved, okay, it's a problem. Anytime your mama got to step up, who's not like a Carlissa, she don't do social media, but she thought that, oh, I got to talk about this, because she's had conversations with Darius on his abuse, and she's had to intervene and talk to his brother, which she found out he is a toxic, as toxic as Darius is, right? So we can see it's in the genes, right? Or maybe this kid is just listening to his brother, and his brother is giving him some messed up advice. You got to watch who you listen to. You can't give everybody an invitation in your relationship, because here you are, you still got to deal with the mother of your child, right? I don't care what you say, you still got to deal with KeKe. They have to deal with each other. But when the mother, who had never had a platform, never jumped on live and was talking about the relationship, she had enough. It's time to speak up about her daughter, which she wasn't wrong for doing that. But you see how as you rise up and you start doing better, you start getting blessed, you got to watch who is around you. You got to watch who you involve yourself with, because again, like the Chrisean situation, everybody is not supposed to be in your circle. And sometimes, when you get to a certain level, people can say, oh, you change. But sometimes you gotta change, because if you're making $1 million, you think you're gonna still stay in the hood? No, you're gonna get robbed, right? You gotta change your surroundings, and you have to level up. Your mentality has to be on another level, because now you got rich people problems, right? You don't have the hood problems that we all have. You got rich people problems. You got people trying to take advantage of your status, your clout, so to speak, right? You got people that's trying to, pull on your coattail, so to speak. It's happening. Look at Megan Good. She had a whole pastor, and he thought that he was a clout. Had his members treating her crazy, right? Wasn't willing to defend her like he should have, right? And he ended up divorcing her, right? Because he thought he was something that he wasn't. And instead of her bringing herself down, he should have been making adjustments to match her energy. But every man ain't willing to do that. You got these alpha male that they not gonna do that. You gonna have to be quiet, shut up, humble yourself if you want a man. But you got these women who are successful, and sometimes, now I will say, and being a woman, sometimes you gotta tone how you speak to a man, because every man ain't gonna take that. So I'm learning, right, I'm learning. You can't talk to a man like he's your son and expect him to still be your man. right? He's going to go out and get somebody who was willing to at least give him the respect that he deserves. So you got a whole lot of dynamics then. So no wonder the Bible don't lie, y'all, when it says don't be unequally yoked. Don't be unequally yoked, because either you're gonna come together or you're gonna clash, because both of y'all are on two wavelengths. Look at Chrisean. She outgrew Blueface. And he was like, I made you. And she was like, yeah, God used you to make me. Right? But instead of growing together and being happy, what does he do? Drag her every chance she get because of jealousy and just your manhood, right? Everybody is like, no, Blueface, you are what's some what's some couples, y'all, that is just two opposite um wavelength. Yeah, you're not Jay-Z. You're not matching her energy right now. Okay. She's a star, and you're the person that have has to hold her back. That's how it is. Sometimes it's like that, and you have to know your role in a relationship, I say. And it can work, but a lot of times it can't, because unequally yoked, the energy is just not matching, right? And if you don't have two people that are thinking as a team mindset, there's no little eyes and big U's. Okay, it's we a team. We gotta speak Spanish or whatever, right? Can't be speaking. It's just me, and I. It's us, right? That's what a team does. So I just wanted to just talk about these celebrities, right? Because you can really learn a lot from these celebrities. You can see things from a third party that they can't see, right? As being, commentating and looking at all the shenanigans that goes on, right? So I love y'all. Thank you so much for subscribing, right? Like and subscribe, share this video, and I will see y'all on the next video with Unchurched Talk with the T. Y'all be blessed.